This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are here for the first time ever at Holy Trinity. I'm delighted to join the birthday boy, Anthony Cacace.
Thank you.
35 today, or are we saying 25 today? For the last year,
36 a day.
36 but 35th birthday, obviously it's the first time doing one with the other birthday as well. I guess in some ways,
It's a special interview. It's a special interview. Where's my cake? Where's my cake?
Well, we obviously we're going to come on that, but we obviously can't give you cake because
yeah,
I guess,
we're
2 weeks, just over 2 weeks out from obviously, something you probably dreamt about most of your life. Like I was saying to obviously Michael before we started, when you first started boxing 25 years ago, dreaming of nights like this, when you picture that now and you're looking back and you're going, is it everything you imagine? Obviously 2 weeks out from, look at the card you're going on as well, Fury usyk in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be streamed on TNT Sports, Sky Sports Box Office, dazn. There's not going to be a household around the world that's not going to see it. Nobody's going to. You're probably going to become a massive star that you always should have been. You're always under the spotlight in some ways. But when you look over the last 25 years, is this everything you dreamt it was going to be?
It's not. It's not really like that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of. It was just to say that, and to know where I could have got, is the main thing. And I've got to where I thought I would have got. So that's the thing that really makes me happy. Makes me happy to have taken everyone to Saudi and for them all the create memories for the team and things that they'll never forget. I'll never forget. And I'm going to bring my big daughter maybe out as well, my older daughter. So.
That's the one everybody thought was your missus.
Yeah. Because I'm young enough, do you know what I mean? And she's 15, 16. So, make great memories for everyone. And there's not many people who say they fought for an IBF World title, or they won the IBF World title.
We've obviously seen the resurgence, obviously, in Saudi Arabia, obviously, of boxing. Obviously, I guess in some ways, we have to thank the heavyweights for that because they're the ones that bring the biggest money into the sport. But when we've obviously seen Fury and Ngannou a couple months ago, do you think that you're going to the next one is going to be out there? It's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it? I think I'll be the first that's not a heavyweight or a light heavyweight. I'll be one of the me and what's his name, the Gypsy King's cousin.
Roman, is it?
What guy? I forget the name of the guy. Isaac Lowe. So me and him be the first two light ones on the Saudi shows. So.
But I guess that shows that the opportunities that are existing in boxing now, that you don't have to be a heavyweight. Everybody always wants to be a heavyweight. You can eat more and everything else, but it's shown that these opportunities are here now. And do you think, particularly an Irish fighter getting these opportunities, it normally seems with the Americans or the English and things like that, for you to be getting this massive opportunity, are you still probably having to pinch yourself at this moment that it's happening?
No, I just have to thank people around me. Really, Michael Hawkins Jr. for listening. He's taking all the phone calls and doing all the work for me. And I have to thank Simon Legg, who's doing all the work over in England. And I knew he was pushing to get me on big shows and whatever else. So and he's delivered. So I'm just like really appreciative at this stage. You know what I mean? I'm just happy, buzzing, and looking forward to going over and soaking this all in.
Like we've obviously spoken many times throughout the last few years, and it's getting these opportunities. When we done their last interview, you wanted one of the big guys next, and it didn't work out like that. And obviously, I know an offer come in. They obviously fight Cordina. Eddie Hearn's obviously tried to, I guess, put it on his side. He said the money was really good, but from your side, the first time around to fight Joe, the money wasn't right at all.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn, totally spoof and that. As far as I know, because he said a figure that wasn't true, and the figure was below 100 grand or whatever he mentioned, well below 100 grand, and there was no counter offers, there was no nothing. He didn't want the fight in Wales, do you know what I mean? Eddie didn't want it, so listen, it is what it is. That's how it is, and business is business. So I keep out the outside of things, but I just tell the truth, and that's not the truth.
You obviously met Joe Cordina obviously a few months back, and I know we shared the pictures. And Andy O'Neill obviously had these with the black Fords.
Of course he did. Andy loves it.
At that stage, I guess, was that probably for you and him, for you to sort of say to him in person, because obviously he would have heard the fight was turned down, whatever. Was that for you and him in person? Is this where this sort of second offer came from for the fight? Was it because you sort of spoke in person to say, here's the crack, here's what it really is?
I would say so. I would say so. Joe's a gentleman. He's an, you know, when we met him and all, he was nothing but, he was sound, 100%. And we chatted about the offers and stuff. Whenever we'll not get too much into that. And yeah, he's a good lad, and he's got me this fight. He's given me this fight, and nothing bad to say about the lad except that I'm going over here to beat him.
We've spoken with Joe Cordina quite a few times, just obviously in normal chat. This is something that you've sort of geared toward for years, because Joe Cordina was a matchroom fighter, was sort of seen as a holy grail of sort of fighting on, you know, on them sort of cards. So something like Joe's been somebody that's been on your radar for a long time. So even though you haven't had a lot of time to prepare for this fight, probably over the last few years, you've always been looking at things to exploit whenever he fights.
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of him. I've watched his fights, watched him knock out Ogawa, watched him beat Rakimov. I know what he brings to the table. He's very good. In terms of studying him and all, yeah, of course, I've been trying to exploit different things that he does wrong. Well, not wrong, you know, just small wee things that I can exploit. And I don't want to get too much into that either. And yeah, man, just working like the way I would work to fight anybody else at this stage.
Do you sort of disregard his last fight, obviously against Vasquez or in Monaco? It was obviously a very tough fight. Probably if he hadn't been the home fighter, he may have obviously lost that. Do you obviously have to expect the very best of Joe Cordina, so you don't sort of look at that fight, or do you look at it to see what he's done wrong so you can capitalise on it?
Styles make fights, so like that be tough. I think he was a half a Mexican, half a Californian one, something like that. His style brought problems to Joe. You know, he knew the right hand. He knew about Joe's right hand. He had that covered. He had the hand up the whole time. He was rolling, making it hard. He was very, very fit. Joe's obviously big for the weight, so could it have been a bit of a weight issue there for him? He still boxed well. I mean, I didn't watch the full fight. I watched highlights. He still boxed well. So I mean, he won the fight. I'm just expecting the best Joe Cordina there is. But again, styles make fights. Can Joe do to me what he done to Rakimov or Ogawa? I don't think so at all.
Over the years, obviously, you've helped Carl Frampton, Michael Conlon, Anthony Cacace, obviously prepare for their biggest nights. But are you able to take things away from obviously their camps? You know, now you got your moment, has this prepared you perfectly so that you've taken bits from Carl Frampton, Michael Conlon, Anthony Cacace, and now this is your big moment for you to obviously to capture the IBF title?
Yeah, listen, they were all great experiences. Anthony Cacace, it was for Linares, that was another brilliant one. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, there's wee bits and pieces that can take away, you know, they're all in different camps and whatever else. I had a look around me, I seen what was going on and whatever else, and I try and apply things like that into my own camp. So, in terms of that, yeah. In terms of this fight and whatever else, and giving me any edge, no. It's just boxing, isn't it?
You seem a lot happier, you seem a lot more content. Is it now that, you know, the boxing gods are on your side? You know, we've known for years, like, I think the first time me and you ever met, you decided you were never going to box again. You've won the British, you've won obviously the ABO, and obviously you're now on the verge of an IBF title. Is this your persistence, sort of, you know, not giving up, you know, the demons in your head were sort of saying to you, nah, it's that boxing's, you know, boxing's bad and everything else. Is this now you content because you've got to where you always firmly believe you were going to get to?
I just believe it's the right timing, and as I say, I was saying in previous interviews, it's become very spiritual, and I just think that God gave me this opportunity. I really do. It's like there was nothing before this. You know what I mean? You get this wee bit here, feed me a wee bit there, nothing. Feed me a wee bit there, year off, 2 years off, year off. You know, there's a reason why I'm here. Do you know what I mean? And it's not through anybody in boxing really. Like, you know, I know the opportunities come 35 and whatever else, and I would have rathered it to happen when I was 30 or 28 or 25 or whatever, but God's given me this opportunity now, and I'm going to do my best to try and make myself proud. I'm a funner.
I haven't done a bit of research on this, and I'm thinking, am I right here? Obviously, Sam Bowen was obviously undefeated British champion. Michael McNeasy was undefeated IBO champion. Was Ronnie Clark unbeaten when you beat him for the British Boxing Board Celtic title? So every belt that you've won, you've taken
No,
off.
he wasn't unbeaten.
He wasn't unbeaten.
Or hold on, was he? I don't know.
I was thinking of it, you know, as you try to think it along, but obviously the point I'm trying to make is
I think he was unbeaten. He had a couple of draws.
So obviously every belt that you've won, you know, it's been sort of set up in the way that the person's been unbeaten. There's been no easy tasks for you. You know, that Ronnie Clark one was probably one of the best highlights probably we could see in your career. I can even remember seeing Frampton and Christine in the ring. I was behind going mad as you were landing the punches. I think you actually said to him before you were knocking him out, you know, see you later.
Oh, I told him. I still remember. I told him. I knew he was gone. I knew that he was leaning on me and he was very unsteady. Says, you may hold on here, lad. And he didn't. That was it. That was it for him. But Ronnie's a good lad too. Yeah, boxing's a mad sport. It's mad. See, kind of the way things have worked out and whatever. It's just crazy. You know, some people are there for a season. Some people are there for the whole time. It's just so mental. I'm just happy to be in this situation. I am over the moon. I'm fighting in Saudi Arabia. I'm getting a decent payday for it, and yeah, I'll always be able to say that I achieved what I wanted to achieve.
We've obviously seen your celebrations in Manchester when you beat McNeasy. Obviously you dropping to your knees. You're sort of doing like a Klinsmann sort of nearly celebration. Right. You obviously hear them words and the new in Saudi Arabia. You know, if you started to visualise it, obviously I'm guessing you're visualising victory and everything else, but hearing them words and the new. It
would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, I'd do a victory lap. I would do it, never mind dropping them. I'd do a lap of the hall. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's the fact that, you know, I'm getting to fight such a good fighter as well on this type of card. It really gets me going. It really gets the juices flowing. I wanna go in and beat this lad. You know what I mean? The way you say about his last performance and all. Hopefully he does turn up like that. Because if he does, then that's it.
So we really see the power. I know obviously over the years you've said that you just sort of went through the motions, sort of, you know, handling this, but you get an opportunity to get this spark out Joe Cordina. You're taking it tenfold.
Of course. I can't wait. Do you know what I mean? It's like, see as well, it's like there's no pressure on me. Like, zero. Like, I've got so much to gain here and like nothing to lose at all. At the end of the day, as long as we both get out of the ring healthy and home to our families, that's really the main thing, you know what I mean? But as long as that happens, I've got jack shit to lose.
When you think on it, I know, you know, it's not right to look too far ahead, but, you know, our last interview we done was headlining the SSE Arena. Like, you're 36 minutes in the ring away from achieving that, and obviously that would be, I guess, the holy grail of boxing, to be defending a world title. Look back at the Frampton days, obviously Titanic and everything else that you were part of. You know,
I only heard the other day it would be the first ever super featherweight world champion in Ireland. That's staggering.
James Tennyson's tried.
Yeah.
John O'Carroll, Carl Frampton.
Yeah.
You know, for you to create a bit of Irish history there as well.
Could you imagine that? That's another thing. That actually means more to me than the world title. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So, if I could do that,
and the first
unbelievable.
The first male Irish, trying to think of the word so I don't say it wrong. So you'd be the first male world champion. Obviously the four belts. We know obviously you have the IBO and everything else, but
I hope so.
TJ Dehaney in 2019. So that'd be nearly 5 years coming up as well. So like you picture alongside Katie Taylor as being the, you know, you already are the main man in Irish boxing because you're the pound for pound number one, but they obviously have the IBF title there as well, and everybody, you know, nearly becoming a bigger star than you really are in the sport.
Yeah, it would be perfect. It would be perfect. And I've been that number one now for what?
12 months.
Is that all? I thought it feels like it's been a long time, like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm grateful for everything. I'm really grateful for everything the sport's given me, the experience it's given me. You know, through the sport you kind of get to see who people are too, and that's a good life lesson that I've learned. this last few years, and yeah, I'm just so grateful, and happy to be doing this and to be in the position I am now.
And obviously, finally, obviously everybody's going to be watching. Obviously, the card this is going to be put out later on this evening, so just over 2 weeks to go. Obviously, a message to everybody for the support over the last 2012. You made your debut, so you're pretty much a veteran, big time in the sport now.
Yeah.
Any messages sort of?
Yeah, of course. Thank you to everyone who supported me from day dot. 2012. It's a long time ago, really. Love yous all. Tune in February 17th, and let's get the job done. Appreciate you.
Before I let you go, obviously, I just want to recap on a picture I shared the other week, obviously, of you, Lewis, and Paddy, obviously, in Academy 1.
Yes, and I want to wish Paddy McCrory all the best, because he's another man. He's another man who genuinely deserves it. He's a quiet, reserved, good fella. And if anyone I would like to see do it is Paddy McCrory. And I think he's got every chance, because Berlanga, Paddy can do him.
Paddy says, obviously, the last time around, obviously, I think you went before him,
yeah.
So obviously IBO, and he followed then suit. So he says, you do the goods against Joe Cordina, and he'll bring home the treble.
Well, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to leave it all in the ring, and whatever happens, happens.
Well, listen, Anto, thanks very much for your time. All the very best of luck in Saudi Arabia, and we'll see you for the celebration welcome home party. And the new.
Let's go. Thank you, mate.